Now, before the break, we were talking about some of the hidden costs, and we'll pull up a graphic on the screen just to look at some of the others. If you're looking for the cheapest mortgage, it might not be the cheapest mortgage.
Okay, so some of the hidden costs that you need to look out for are discharge fees. If you're going with a non-bank lender, this is very important to look out for because this can cost you a lot of money, although most of the discharge fees have been waived recently with the government changes, but it's something to keep in mind. Deferred establishment fees, break fees. When I talk about break fees, I'm mainly talking about breaking out of a fixed rate. If you're in a 3 or 5 year fixed rate, you've pretty much got to make sure that you're not thinking of selling that property in that period of time, because the break fees on that mortgage could cost you in excess of $50,000, and it's calculated at the time by the bank. There's no set amount that the bank is going to quote you to actually break out of that fixed rate. It actually depends on when you're looking at breaking out of it.
And I guess the key there is not always what the interest rate is published to the public. It's actually the bank's rates, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And they're all different. So even if
interest rates have gone one way, then their rates could have gone the other way.
That's right, and it depends what they've bought the money at, and what they're selling it at, and all those factors need to be taken into consideration. It's not across the board. Also, features in your loan that you are paying for but not particularly using. If you've got a loan that's under $250,000, well, you may not need an offset account, especially if you don't have any type of commissions or extra funds sitting in your savings account. If your offset account is empty and you're paying for it, I suggest that maybe you look at a more simplified loan where you may not need to pay the extra fees and charges incurred in having that type of loan. Also, you've got to take into consideration legal fees. All the banks use different legal firms, and you need to take into consideration what these fees might be. Of course, all of these fees that I've spoken about is going to push up the interest rate, and therefore when you think you've got the cheapest interest rate, it may not be after all.